Hello, everybody. This is your friend and teacher, Ed, and we are going to do another slideshow about grammar and English today. And the subject will be causative verbs in English. So we're going to discuss what they are, how they work, and a few other things. So let's click on the slideshow and get right into it. Oh, I'm going to erase myself. And yes, okay. So my name is Ed. I'm your instructor, and I teach ESL at City College of San Francisco. And I teach at the Mission Campus. I guess you can't see that too well, but there we go. All right, so causative verbs, what are they? They're the kind of verbs that we use when we don't actually complete an action, but we somehow arrange for someone else or some other thing to complete the action that we want or that we're causing to do. So that's what causative verbs are. And these are the basic ones in English: let, make, have, get, and help. Well, we kind of missed that one there. All right. There are others, but I want this to go away. Good. So let means permit or allow something to happen, and the structure is going to be let plus a person or a thing plus a verb in the base form or the simple form. And a few examples coming up. Again, that's the grammatical structure. Let plus a person or a thing plus a verb in the base form. Let's take a look at these examples. Carla let the dog escape again. Carla didn't escape. She's the one that somehow caused the dog to escape. And I don't particularly eat or not eat beef products, but it's the idea is that I don't allow my dog to eat the products. And the last one, Dad let Felicia pet the cat for an hour. Dad did not pet the cat for an hour, but somehow he caused or allowed Felicia to do the action. So that's let. Now, in the next slide, we'll see let has some synonyms that work a little differently. So allow and permit mean more or less the same as let, but they're more formal. But instead of using a verb plus a person plus the base form, we use the infinitive form. So instead of saying Carla let the dog escape, you'd say Carla allowed the dog to escape. So we're using the infinitive here. And you see another one. I don't permit my dog to eat beef products. So with permit, we use the infinitive to eat, but if we use let, I don't let my dog eat. So that's a difference there. All right, let's go on to the next one. Make. So make is the same as force or require someone to take an action. And it's the same basic structure as let. So we have let plus a person plus a verb in the base form, the simple form, just like let. Let's take a look at some examples here. So after Billy broke the neighbor's window, his parents made him pay for it. The parents did not pay for the broken window, but they caused Billy to do it. Whoa, let's go back. That was too fast. Okay. So, what's going on here? Okay. So after Billy broke the neighbor's window, his parents made him pay for it. The parents did not pay for it, but they caused Billy to pay for it. Juan's father makes him go to church. Juan does not go. Juan's father doesn't go to church, but he causes Juan to do it. And the teacher made all the students stay after school today. The teacher did not necessarily stay after school, but caused the students to stay. So that's the difference. Okay, so just like let, make has synonyms that are more formal and use a different grammatical pattern. Force and require use the person, and then instead of the base form of the verb, they use the infinitive, to plus the verb. So the first example, the school requires the teachers to wear suits. And so with requires, we're using to wear the infinitive. And the hijacker forced the pilot to take the plane to Zanzibar. And so after forced, the person is the pilot, and we use the infinitive form. Okay, let's move on to the next verb, which is going to be, surprise me, have. So have we use in a lot of different situations, but when it's a causative verb, it means you give someone else the responsibility to do something that you want to be done, but you don't want to do it yourself. And this actually has two different grammatical structures. The first one is have plus person plus the base form of the verb, just like let and make. But it has an alternative structure, which is have plus a thing plus the past participle form of the verb. And we're going to see examples of both structures. First one will be the one that's like the other verbs, where you just have plus the person plus the base form of the verb. And a couple of examples to show what's going on here. I'll have my secretary call you. In other words, I want somebody to call you, but I don't want to do it. So I am going to authorize my secretary. I'll have my secretary call you. The second one, the construction manager did not clean the yard, but he caused his workers to clean it. So again, it's have or had plus the person plus the base form of the verb. And like the other structure, yes. So we have plus a thing plus the past participle. So this is a different pattern than the other one. So in the first example, Pedro had his washing machine repaired last week. Somebody repaired the washing machine. Pedro apparently paid someone to do it. And in this case, the repaired is kind of the passive form. Somebody repaired the washing machine. Pedro didn't do it, but he caused someone else to do it. The next one, Judith or Judith will have her house painted this weekend. And she's not going to paint, but somebody else is going to make sure that it gets painted. So that's an alternative form that we use with have as a causative verb. And the next verb is get, to convince or encourage someone to do something. So now this one is different than the other ones. The other verbs mainly use the verb plus the causative verb plus a person or a thing plus the base form of the verb, but with get, you have to use the infinitive form of the verb to plus the simple form of the verb. And a little note there is going to show us again the grammar structure. So the first example from my boyhood days reading Tom Sawyer by Mark Twain. Tom Sawyer got the neighborhood. Let me try that again. So, Tom Sawyer got the neighborhood kids to paint his aunt's fence. So Tom did not paint the fence, but he somehow caused the neighborhood kids to do it. And the other one, Laura or Laura, gets her brother to wash the dishes sometimes. Laura doesn't wash the dishes sometimes, but somehow she causes her brother to wash the dishes. And if you notice again, after get or got, use the verb get or got plus the person plus the infinitive form. Again, the verb plus the person plus the infinitive form of the verb. Okay, our last one is help. To assist someone in doing something. Now, this one is different than the other ones. It has two possible forms. The first possible structure is help plus a person plus the base form of the verb, or equally correct, you can say help plus the person plus the infinitive form. They both mean the same thing, and people use both forms. A couple of examples. Oh, before the verb, you can use to or you can omit it. In other words, use the infinitive form or the base form. A couple of examples here. You can say Jorge helps Emilia clean the house, or Jorge helps Emilia to clean the house. They mean the same thing. Or the last example, drinking warm milk before bed helps relax me, or drinking warm milk before bed helps to relax me. So that's it for us. That's a quick explanation of causative verbs. I want to thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.